Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after President William Ruto lost the political support of Mount Kenya region, his handlers shifted their focus to Western Kenya, that is the Western region. And there have been attempts by President William Ruto's handlers to make the Western region vote for him in 2027 as a bloc. All this started by President William Ruto's handlers trying as much as possible to consolidate the two parties in Western Kenya, that was the ANC and Ford Kenya. Some of his friends or lieutenants in Western Kenya were dispatched to go and try and convince Mudavadi then and Wetangula to fold their parties so as to form one solid party. And this was being championed by Boni Halwale.
Mimi nilikuwa deputy party leader wa Ford Kenya. Nikakaa na Mudavadi hapa ANC, Wetangula hapa Ford Kenya. Nikawaambia hii hesabu tunapiga, Ford Kenya na ANC ni vyama vyetu vizuri, lakini zina uwezo ya kushinda MP, woman MP na MCA peke yake. Ningewaambia mkitaka Waluhya wapate maendeleo, lazima tupige hesabu ya kuingia kwa national government, tuwe katika serikali. Wakaniambia ndio. Wakaniuliza tufanye nini? Sikia, nikawaambia chukua Ford Kenya na ANC, funja iwe chama kimoja. Mudavadi, wewe na Wetangula vile mnafundisha NATO kwamba mnataka Waluhya wapige kura kama kitu kimoja. Ndio, wanataka kupiga kura kama kitu kimoja. Je, Mudavadi nakuuliza, je, Wetangula nakuuliza, watapigia Ford Kenya ama watapigia ANC? Give us one party. Alafu hiyo chama kimoja, ninaambia Ruto kwamba sasa Waluhya tuko na chama kimoja, tufanye muungano ndio tuwe wote katika serikali. You will keep on wasting time on small village parties, na watu wenye watakuwa wanaongoza Kenya watakuwa ni wale wenye wako na national party. Sikia, Michael kijana wa Malu alikuwa party leader wa Ford Kenya, akajaribu na 97 kuwa president. Mimi na huyu mheshimiwa tukashindwa. Akatoka hapo akachenuka, akapata kwamba ukiwa kwa chama ya kabila huwezi, akafunga na Kibaki. Ndio Michael kijana wa Malu kupitia NAK wakatengeneza serikali, Kibaki president, Michael kijana wa Malu wa vice president. Kweli wrong? Ndio ninaambia Wetangula na Mudavadi, stop wasting our time. Muje pamoja, kama mko pamoja tutakaa na Ruto akiwa rais na wewe ukiwa deputy president. After 10 years the man is gone, Ruto out, Mudavadi in. What is this?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard Boni Halwale talking of Mudavadi and Wetangula folding their party. That was then. So when that failed, the pressure went a notch higher, and Mudavadi eventually gave in to that pressure. After he gave in to that pressure, he folded his party and joined UDA. And apparently things are not working as he expected then. Then the focus now shifted to Wetangula to fold Ford Kenya and join, that is the UDA, the UDA party, so that UDA could be having, the focus was that UDA could be having a lot of presence in Rift Valley, West and Western as well. This was going to assure Ruto of a solid block of votes in those two regions. But unfortunately, Ford Kenya has refused to fold. And yesterday, it's being reported that Wetangula rejected, that is Wetangula's party, rejected that merger that was being proposed with UDA ahead of 2027 general election. So it's being reported that Ford Kenya, one of the oldest political parties, has firmly declared its intention to maintain its independence and will not merge with the ruling United Democratic Alliance, that is UDA, ahead of the 2027 general elections. The decision was reaffirmed yesterday during a closed-door meeting by the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, who was with the key party leaders. The party officials who attended that meeting included the Secretary General Dr. John Murumba and Deputy Party Leader Governor Ken Lusaka. And in that meeting, they emphasized that Ford Kenya, which was established in 1991, will remain to be a significant part of the Kenyans' political heritage and will not dissolve to join UDA. The key highlights was that they are going to heighten the party's commitment to strengthen its structures and prepare for the upcoming election. Yeah, they're saying that the decision is coming amidst reports of internal strife within Kenya Kwanza affiliate parties, with some members feeling marginalized in the coalition and in the allocation of parliamentary leadership positions. Yeah, so they've gone to write more about Mudavadi and all that. But you got to ask yourself, why is Ford Kenya reluctant? And has Mudavadi really benefited by folding his party and joining UDA? Let's start by focusing on Ford Kenya. Ford Kenya and Wetangula has made a very, very bold move here and very smart move. Because one, you look at how Rigathi Gachagua suffered because he joined UDA out of trust, out of friendship. There was no agreement between him, political agreement between him and President William Ruto when he was joining UDA. And at some point, he has been mentioned, or he has been quoted as saying that he's regretting joining UDA or the Kenya Kwanza coalition blindly, without coming up with an agreement between the two of them. So, because when you fold your party and join another party, it's like you're joining someone's house that he has the powers, he calls all the shots. So you are getting there as a guest. They already have officials of that party who are calling the shots. So like in Mudavadi's case, he joined UDA without being given any portfolio. He's just a member of UDA. And that is why it's being said that Mudavadi and some of his friends have formed a political party. And it's being alleged that he's formed, with this blessing, a party has been formed, which is known as the Umoja Summit Party, USP. And there is serious backing by Mudavadi for the formation of that party, because he's come to realize that he was somehow shortchanged. He doesn't make calls in UDA party. He's just like any other ordinary member. When it comes to political allotments, when it comes to parliamentary seat allotments, he's not considered, because when they talked about UDA, it means he's also represented within that party. So any appointment that is done within UDA does not consider Mudavadi or his lieutenants during that appointment. And that is why I think he's also thinking of himself after 2027. And that is why they formed that political party. But coming back to Wetangula, why I was saying that is smart, he knows that if he folds his party, then he will join the likes of Mudavadi in being ordinary members of UDA party. And UDA party is President William Ruto's party. So he will also be joining UDA as a guest. And anything can happen. You can be shown the door anytime. And if you shown the door, what happens? You've already folded your party. It means you're going to start another party and start building that party from scratch. But, you know, when you have your own political party, you can make coalitions and agreements that are binding. That is pre-election coalitions. pre-election agreements or even post-election agreements, that is after the election. And this does not only limit you to working with President William Ruto only. You can work with other parties, like-minded parties, because take for example, right now, if they disagree with President William Ruto and he walks out of that party, he will be working out with members of that party who have sworn allegiance to that party. And that will hit President William Ruto politically. But you know, when you're just an ordinary member, it's very easy to do away with you. And that is why Wetangula is holding dearly onto his party. Like take for example, when Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, he just left on his own. Some of the members of parliament who are affiliated to him are still members of UDA. But as for him, he went out alone. So that is why so many politicians are not, or so many political party leaders are not so much enthusiastic about folding up their parties to join UDA, because there is a lot of betrayal. There's a lot of betrayal in politics. Whatever agreement is made today can be watered down or can be thrown into the dustbin the next day. So, ladies and gentlemen, however much the pressure is still too much, but I think Wetangula has learned, he has experience, he's a very experienced political party leader. He's been in politics for quite some time. So folding up that party was not going to be a very good idea. And then it's not also good for our democracy. We need very robust political parties that can be used as vehicles for attaining political competition within the country. Because if you fold these political parties and maybe come up with only two parties that can vie in a political, in a general election, then it means you like somehow killing what we call as multi-party democracy in Kenya. So these political party leaders should not accept to be bought or to be influenced into folding their political parties. So ladies and gentlemen, I think that is a plus or a move in the right direction for Ford Kenya and other political parties. But I know there's a lot of pressure by President William Ruto's UDA, because the feeling like they're losing ground and they need to have like a solid kind of block of votes from Rift Valley and Western, because as it stands right now, President William Ruto has a solid block of votes only in some parts of Rift Valley. And that is very scary to him heading into 2027 general election. And that is why he's trying so much to try and talk out some of these political parties to join him, so that as he goes into the next general election, he has that perceived numbers of votes ahead of 2027. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us today. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Until next time, bye bye.